Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Vivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 83, Draupadi meets the Queens of Krishna, text 32 to 38. We'll recite 32 verse number as per the line of one line and discuss further. Mam tavadvratam aropya ayaratna chatustayam sarangam udyamya sannadas tatasvayajo chaturbhujaha. Word by word meaning. Mam me tavat, at that point, ratam, on the chariot, Aropya lifting Haya of horses, Ratna, gems, Chatustayam having 4, Sarangam, his bow named Saranga, Udyamya readying, Sannadaha putting on his armor, Tastau he stood, Ajo on the battleground, Chatuhu 4, Bhujaha with arms. The Lord then placed me on his chariot drawn by 4 most excellent horses. Donning his armor and readying his bow, Saranga, he stood on the chariot, and there on the battleground he manifested his 4 arms, purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. With 2 of his 4 arms, according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, Lord Krishna embraced his bride, and with the other 2, he held his bow and arrows. Beautiful. Offer prayers. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakavalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sadhana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajiva Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sadhana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasha Hare Shatarini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gurvishye Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Vidapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Take your blessings, all of you, to speak on this verse, to discuss on these verses. So, in this chapter, this is Draupadi meeting the queens of Krishna. As you know, Krishna has 16,108 queens, right? So, in this chapter, Draupadi is meeting all of those queens, 16,108 queens, and they're all telling how they met Krishna. So we saw in the beginning of this, we have been reading, discussing on this chapter for a few days. We started with Rukmini, then Satyabhama, then Jambavati, then Kalindi, then Mitravrinda, then Satya, then Bhadra, and now we are discussing Lakshmana. So there are 8 queens. Now rest 16,100 queens, they are all represented by one queen because they all married Krishna at a time. So that comes in the future verses. So we will not go there. So we are now here with Lakshmana, the last of the 8 queens. The principal queens of Krishna are 8. And the last of them, how we were discussing, is Lakshmana. How we discussed already that how Krishna has pierced that invisible fish with his bow and arrow, and then he has won the hand of Lakshmana, but some kings didn't like it. Yesterday only we were discussing with Karna and Mahaprabhu mentioning how some kings were so lustful that even after knowing that they didn't rightfully won the hand of Lakshmana, but still they wanted to fight with Krishna. So they are prepared to attack Krishna. So at that time, this verse is mentioned here, that how Lord, after Lakshmana garland Krishna, he took Lakshmana and placed her on his chariot, and then he started. He took immediately bow and arrow also. Now because the new bride, now it's already first time, it's battleground, it's happening because it's a battle. So he wants to make sure that Lakshmana feels comfortable. So he is manifesting 4 hands in this verse mentioned. And Vishnu Chakra Thakur is telling that why he manifested 4 hands, because with 2 hands he can fight, and the 2 hands he is holding Lakshmana so that she doesn't get fearful. So that's Krishna's love for his devotees. So that he manifests, he can go to an extent. So what to speak of just manifesting 2 more hands? We know that how Krishna has even broke his own promise, and then he took up a weapon because to fulfill Bhishma's word, to fulfill Bhishma's desire actually. Because Bhishma has the desire to fight with Krishna. Or for pleasure of Krishna, Bhishma wants to fight with Krishna. So Bhishma, for that, he underwent so many temptations that he has to be in the opposite side, Adharma side. Because Krishna will not be on the Adharma side. If you have to fight with Krishna, means you have to be in the opposite side. Adharma side, he was there. Why? Because he wants to give that service to Krishna of fighting service. So for that, to reciprocate to Bhishma's desire, Krishna said, okay, you are taking so much of trouble. So he broke his own promise. So that is the nature of Krishna. He can do anything to go any extent to reciprocate with his devotees. So we're reading further verses, verse number 33. Darukashodhyayamasa kanchopa aksharam ratham misatam bhujam ragni murganam murgaradiva. Daruka drove the Lord's gold-trimmed chariot as the kings looked on. O queen, like small animals helplessly watching a lion. So Daruka immediately started driving Krishna and Lakshmana. And others are all, some are just helplessly looking. So they understood that no, we can't do anything here. The Lord is powerful. Text number 34. Tenvasa janta rajanya nishedum patikechana samyatta udristve asa grama simhayata harim. The kings pursued the Lord like village dogs chasing a lion. Some kings raised their bows, stationed themselves on the road to stop him as he passed by. Text number 35. Tesarangachyuta bhanaugahi krutabhava angri kandaraha niputu pradane kechi yeke santyaja dudru. These warriors were deluded by arrows shot from the Lord's bow Saranga. Some of the kings fell on the battlefield with severed arms, legs, and necks. The rest gave up the fight and fled. Everything got clear. Text number 36. Tata purim yadupatir atya alankrutam Ravi Chada Dvajapata Chitrataranam Ushastalim Divi Bhuvi Chavi Samstutam Sama Visat Taraneriva Swaketanam. The Lord of the Yadus then entered his capital city, Kusasthali, Dwaraka, which is glorified in heaven and on earth. The city was elaborately decorated with flagpoles carrying banners that blocked the sun and also with splendid archways. As Lord Krishna entered, he appeared like the sun god entering his abode. Purport: the abode of the sun is in the western mountains where he sets each evening. So it's like in this verse, like Krishna, now everything is cleared, all kings, some they are all dead and some ran away. And now Krishna entered the kingdom of Dwaraka. It's mentioned how the city is decorated. Krishna is coming with a new bride. So all the city residents of Dwarka, they all decorated so many banners and flags and all that it blocked the sun. All the streets, they were all so much decoration that it blocked the sun rays. Two reasons. One is to celebrate Krishna's arrival. Another is Krishna is like sun. Effulgence. When Krishna is there, why do you need the sun in the sky? So they understood that and they just blocked the whole city with sun rays, with the banners and all that, so that that cooling breeze will be there. And then Krishna entered like the sun god entering his abode. And then Krishna has entered, it's like sun god. He is so effulgent that he is entering the abode, his own abode. Text number 37. Pita me pujayam asha suhrut sambandhi bandhavam maharha vaso lankarai sayyasana parichadai. My father honored his friends, family, and in-laws with priceless clothing and jewelry, and with royal beds, thrones, and other furnishings. So Lakshmana's family also followed Krishna and Lakshmana. And then after coming to Dwarka, his father, he honored everybody, not just Krishna and Krishna's whole family, in-laws, and everybody, so many gifts. But out of love for his daughter, he is offering so many gifts because his daughter is going to stay now with Krishna. Text number 38. Dasibihi sarva sampadvir bate bharata vajibihi ayudhani maharani dadau purnasya bhaktitaha. With devotion, he presented the perfectly complete Lord with a number of maidservants bedecked with precious ornaments. Accompanying these maidservants were guards walking on foot and others riding elephants, chariots, and horses. He also gave the Lord extremely valuable weapons. Purport: the Supreme Lord is Purna, perfect and complete in himself. He requires nothing for his satisfaction. Knowing this, a pure devotee makes offerings to the Lord only out of love, bhaktita, with no expectation of material profit. And on his part, the Lord happily accepts even a small gift of flowers, tulsi leaves, and water when it has been offered in love. So his Lakshmana's father, name is not mentioned here, but he gave not only so many jewels and ornaments, he gave many maidservants also to Krishna and many weapons here and many guards and all, elephants, chariots also. So whatever he has, the valuable things, he presented to Lord. Not that Lord doesn't have them in Dwarka, but presented. So the purport is mentioning that because he offered them with bhaktita, out of devotion. We will discuss on this that offering Krishna to Krishna with devotion. So it's in the purport also mentioned here how Lord is Purna, is complete. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamidachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnayam Shishyate. So Lord is complete, and from Him these complete entities are emanating. Now, this whole world this universe is complete in itself. Though all the complete entities are emanating from Him, still He remains complete. It's not that Lord, some of the Lord part is missing. So everything is complete. He's complete. So everything He has. He doesn't need anything. So, but if a devotee offers with love, bhaktita, he accepts whatever devotee offers. And then Lord is telling here, mentioned here that he accepts even a small gift of flower, tulsi leaf, or water. Anything is offered in love, he accepts. The Prabhupada on this verse in 1966 in New York, he mentioned, he explained that on this verse of, this verse is in Bhagavad Gita verse, that is, Patram pushvam phalam toyam yume bhakta prayashyati tadaham bhaktya parutam ashnami prayatatmana. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. So Krishna himself is telling this verse. And Prabhupada in this class is mentioning that in this verse, bhakti is, and Prabhupada also mentions that bhakti is mentioned twice. Patram pushpam phalam yomya bhaktya prayachati tadam bhakti aparutam. So he's telling that whoever offers with bhakti, patram pushpam phalam toyam, is a leaf, flower, fruit, water for that matter, anything, with devotion, bhakti, tadaham bhakti aparutam. What I take, that whatever is offered in devotion, I will take that. Asnami, I will accept that. So in devotion. So he's accepting devotion. So Prabhupada is mentioning that if a person has eaten a big meal and is hungry, he's not hungry, and if you offer him some foodstuffs, will he eat? He will not eat. He's full, right? He's not eat. So Krishna is full with all the things. From him everything is coming. No, he has all the things. He has food, he has water, he has flower, he has leaf, he has all ornaments, everything. So if you offer, no, how will he take? Why will he take? Because he has everything. Like a person, if he's not hungry, he cannot eat, he will not accept. And Prabhupada explains that though he has all these, he's always hungry for the bhakti, the devotional service, love. He's always hungry of bhakti. That hunger Krishna always has. He's never satiated with this hunger of love. So because that hunger of love Krishna has, he accepts those. So that's a medium, like offering this, the medium of expressing our love. Prabhupada explains how one, if you in India or in a holy river, if you go and take bathe in holy river, so then you first offer your prayers to the river, because the river is sacred. It nourishes the humans, it nourishes all living entities and also sacred beings that rivers are. So you first offer the prayers to river, and you offer a service to river. How you offer? Ganges, Prabhupada explained that you just take that same water and then you offer. For Ganges, if you take a palm full of water, nothing missing to Ganges, so much of water Ganges has. But you take that, you offer it in the same way, like that Krishna's also. Whatever Krishna has given to us, we can offer it to Krishna, and he accepts it. And Prabhupada went on explaining that such a simple thing it is. It's such a simple thing that we eat every day, and we eat this patram pushpam phalam, the flower, fruit, vegetable we eat every day, and it is such a simple thing that we just have to offer and eat. It is. And Prabhupada even mentions in the purport here that he is not asking meat and other things. So what he is asking, that's clear. So just offer that. So Krishna is telling that it's such a simple thing that anybody can do it. So if one offers Krishna with love what we eat, then what happens? It is Krishna accepts it. Krishna accepts it, and then it becomes sanctified. It becomes prasad, sanctified. So how he accepts it? When we are offering to Krishna, we see the plate. We keep every day we are offering sections here to Radha Murlidhar, and then whatever is puja is offered, it still remains in the plate. So how does he accept it? So Krishna is omnipotent. He can manifest his potencies in various ways. He's omnipotent. So he can eat with his eyes also. We can't do that. If you keep eating with your eyes, you will starve. But Krishna can accept it with his eyes. So once in India, just few years back, maybe 2 decades back, I think. Huh? 2 decades back. So there was a strange phenomena happened in India, right? You heard of it that this Ganesh, the murtis of Ganesh. You offer anything, some milk or water, the murtis they have started drinking, started disappearing from the spoons and the offering. Everywhere it is. A strange phenomena it is happening. They were all amazed that how Ganesh is taking this offerings of everybody. Then some of the devotees also in Chapati temple, Brahmachari, they have a Ganesh there. They wanted to see whether Ganesh takes or not. They are also there. If you went to Chapati temple on the entrance, there is Ganesh is there. So they bought a ladder and then they climbed up and they started offering milk to Ganesh. And then Ganesh drinking. Then news came to Radhanath Swami and he says, and then he saw and then he heard and he said that why it is so wonderful it is that Ganesh is drinking milk. Here Radha Gopinath is every day 6 times he's eating, but nobody is wondering about it. Nobody is saying that's wonderful. So like that, Krishna is in front of us. He's accept. In a home, in our small altar, we have anything, whatever we're eating. So simple it is. It's so wonderful it is that we just offer him and eat. Otherwise, Krishna is telling only in the 13th chapter or 2nd chapter that if we eat something without offering to Krishna, then we are eating sin. Because they are living entities, even plants are living entities. And then Krishna is telling that's why that he is mentioning here only like vegetarian. He would have mentioned otherwise. So that's why one thing all the Indian culture, Indian religion, they all accept is that coming from India is that they're all vegetarians. At least one thing they are in common. They all agree to one point. Even their philosophies are different, but agree to one point. So Prabhupada mentioning this thing that it's so easy it is that you just offer whatever you eat. And then he's telling that further, he's telling, so whatever you are offering to Krishna, you distribute to others. So whatever you cook more, you offer, he's telling the devotees there in the New York 1966 in 22nd. So how we just, whatever you are offering to Krishna, you go and distribute to others because that is tasted by Krishna, it is accepted by Krishna, that prasad. When any common man takes it, his life will change. His life will be purified. His life will become peaceful. And then he started quoting that verse, the peace formula verse now. That is Bhoktaram Vignata Pasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Sridham Sarvabhutanam Natvam Shanti Ucheti. Like how, because it's an offering to Krishna, it is like in sacrifice to Krishna's offering. And then one who accepts those offering, his life will be peaceful. So he's telling, if you want the society to be peaceful, just do this one thing. That is offer to Krishna, and then take that prasad and give to others. So our wonderful Adipurush Prabhu, he has been doing for decades now. offering that service to so many New Yorkers. Rain or shine, he's doing that. How many of you been to his Prashadam program? All of us, right? So on Tompkins Square Park, if you go 2-3 days a week, he's offering to everyone Prashad distribution. How wonderful is Adi Purush Prabhu? I don't see him here, but so he's mentioning like that, and then Prabhupada is explaining further that he's telling what to speak of, just what we eat to offer to Krishna. He's telling the next verse: Yat karoshi, yat dashnasi, yat juhoshi, yat dadashi, yat tapasvasi kaunteya, tat kurusvat madarpanam. So Krishna is telling further that whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, or whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So Krishna is telling, why only what you eat offer to me? Offer me anything you do. Whatever you are doing, offer it to me. And whatever you want to give away, give it to me. Whatever you eat, whatever austerities you want to do, whatever things, give to me. So Krishna is mentioning here such that it is such a easy thing it is. So anything, we are doing so many endeavors, we are doing so many things to maintain ourselves. We just have to change that. This I am doing it for Krishna. I just offer this for Krishna as an offering. We are anyway doing all this. We are doing our jobs, our work. We are eating. We are taking care of things, and we are doing some austerities. We are doing so many things like that. So we just have to do it as a service to Krishna, as an offering to Krishna, and then Krishna accepts it. It is like a child offering to his father. The father only gives child anything, like a chocolate or anything. Father only gives, but if a child offers back to father or mother, they lovingly they accept it like that. So Prabhupada is saying how it is so simple. This process Krishna has given is that. We just have to give it as an offering to Krishna. So that's what here Lakshmana's father, he has whatever he has, the valuable things, his valuable daughter, it's like his most precious daughter, loving daughter, he gave, along with daughter, he gave so many other valuable things as a devotee of Krishna. That's the perfection of, when we offer our things, everything, the service of the Lord, then not only will be peaceful, but we will revive our connection with Krishna. That loving relation will re-establish, because continuously we offer. We are chanting every day. That's like a sacrifice. We are chanting. It's for Krishna. So to offer that, we offer that Krishna to Krishna. Then we will not only make our life perfect, but those who are around us. So we exactly have 10 minutes. I can go on, but I think I'll stop here for some discussion. Hare Krishna. Anyone has anything to share?
Any comments or questions from anyone online? Someone online?
One more question.
Hold on a second.
So when you say offering to Krishna, we might do it mechanically, and you did stress twice. There was this emphasis on the word bhakti. Krishna himself says twice, but we may not feel that. We just offer it at the 1, 2, 3 done. So how to really get some feeling and emotion and bhakti into it?
Yes. So Prabhupada asked once this question. Prabhupada, I don't want to. One disciple of Prabhupada asked, Prabhupada, I don't feel like offering obeisances to you. Prabhupada said, you still keep offering. So even if we don't have bhakti, we don't feel like doing. As we keep doing, then that will become a habit. So habits doesn't come easily. Even bad habits are good habits. The habit will take time. Now we have to keep doing that regularly, then it forms as a habit. So we are offering now, sometimes mechanically, but still, Krishna sees that in our endeavor. He's not like, 1 or 0. Krishna never sees like he's not a bipolar that, okay, you offer me devotion, I will take. This is not devotion, I will not take. He's not like that. And he's seeing the endeavor also, how much you took endeavor to prepare this for Krishna. Right? The whole endeavor, he sees everything. As a Paramatma, he knows everything. So even if sometimes, because of whatever other responsibilities you have or time, some things, practically, sometimes we may not be, but we strive for it. But, we offer that with love for Krishna. So the whole cooking and offering is a whole devotional science. It just not starts and stops with offering. It is from procuring, you think of Krishna, what Krishna likes and what. And while cooking, while cutting, and while preparing, while everything, you are still thinking of Krishna. That's why, devotees, they play kirtan or they play some lecture or this whole process. It's a whole process, it is. It's all offering of love, it is. Wherever it is, that consciousness to maintain, keep that consciousness. So, and it's also even said that that only those who eat meat will not get sin. Those who are preparing, those who are bringing, and those who are even killing an animal, and they all get sin. So it's a whole process, it is. So the same thing it is here. That how it is a whole process. This offering is not one. So just not that, it's not just the pujari is conscious. It depends on, depending on, okay, today this pujari, is a very good devotee, I'll accept. So this pujari, not like that, because there is a whole process involved. There's so many devotees involved in this, so many things. So like that. So we need to keep that, we strive again and again to offer with devotion. At every stage. So what to just speak of this, that's why Krishna is telling every endeavor. So every endeavor we do, it is an offering of Krishna. So not just cooking thing, it is whatever we are doing, we are driving, we are going here and there, we are doing your jobs or this, maintaining our families, everything we need to do as an offering to Lord. It is. Because Krishna is in center, Krishna is the root. So when you water the root, then everybody is satisfied, everybody is nourished. So we have to have that understanding, and then with that understanding, we do everything for as given by Krishna. So that is the acharyas, the spiritual teachers have told what is to be given to Krishna, what is not to be given to Krishna. Like they also mentioned that Krishna is clearly telling what he'll accept, what bhakti, of course, but he'll accept the form of only leaf, flower, like that. He's not telling different abominable things are different, like the meat and all. So like that, in our endeavors also, we cannot do some bad things or nonsense things and say, I'm doing it as an offering to Krishna. So that has to be that's given in the scripture, that's given by our teachers. Like, what is an endeavor we can offer to Krishna? That only endeavor we should do. We cannot do some misdemeanors and say that, okay, I'm doing it for Krishna, I'm stealing for Krishna. No, that's not an endeavor to be offered to Krishna. That's not Krishna approved it. So as per the scriptures, whatever is approved as per the teachers, we can do that. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for your class. I had a one kind of comment on this and also a question that I may have missed. First was, yes, I remember hearing Prabhupada say in a lecture once that performing our service out of duty is also considered quite a high level of love. That it's not, and he also said that it's chanting our rounds when we don't feel like it is more important than when we do feel like it. So it's not about how we feel. It's about the fact that we're trying to do it with love for Krishna. So I just thought that was a nice one. And the other thing is, I may have missed it, but you said that there was one thing that everyone in India agreed on, and then I didn't hear what you said as far as what it was.
All the
Different
religions, not religions, I'm sorry. So all the Indian-based Hindu religions, okay, Hindu sects.
Yeah.
Keep it clearly, to keep it one way. Thank you for correcting that. This Hindu sects, they all agree on one thing, is that on vegetarianism, they all agree on.
What is it that they agree?
Vegetarian, being a vegetarian.
Oh. Oh. Okay, interesting. They all agree. At the
What about those sects that sacrifice goats and things like that?
Yeah, they also agree that that's not, that is, there are so many restrictions on that. It is only done like, yeah, it is, that's not their everyday thing. It's a different thing. But it's also mentioned that, you know, they should elevate themselves. All that they agree that you don't stay there, you elevate yourself into a higher consciousness. It's a whole different subject. But yeah, it is.
So they all agree, but they don't all follow.
They follow also. Because see again,
That's
it's
me.
like, because some cannot live without it. For them it is, and there is a whole process. It is not just you go and buy in the store and do it, like how they are doing now. It's not that the way. There is a whole process. You can only do it. You can only offer meat only in certain days. Very restricted it is. In a very restricted way, and very so many things involved in that. You know, like even the mantras you chant is all, it is mamsam. It's mentioned clearly. Mamsa is the Sanskrit word mamsa. It's called. It is Sanskrit word for meat. That means, you know, it's I'm eating my own part. It is because you're eating today animal. Next life, animal eats you. It's, you know, it's actually indirectly it is eating mamsa. It is, and I'm eating my own part. It is. And then there is the mantras to chant also like that, like because of my uncontrolled tongue, I'm killing you, but you have all right next life to kill me and all like that. So it is the Vedic knowledge or Vedic scriptures. They encompass everyone. They don't exclude anyone, but with the conditions. They have to abide the conditions. That is, they have to follow that, whatever the reaction that comes, you have to accept it. Some people still accept it. Like a thief knows that if I get caught, I'll be put in prison, then I'll be punished. But still, if that thief does that, why? Out of compulsion or out of habit or whatever it is. So even so some people, they can't live without it. That's their consciousness.
I
But
once
don't say
lived.
that that's the highest one. That's where one has to stay. But my point is that they say to come to stage of
So they accept that it's a principle.
higher principle is
They
higher
don't all
principle
necessarily follow it, but
they follow it also. They are doing only once it's allowed only doing once a month, like Amavasya, like that. Some days only can do meat thing. Other days you're still vegetarian.
I know so many Hindu people that eat meat.
Yeah, now it has become so much that that it is just after Muslims invasion, what happened is, it has become like just go and buy and eat. And the funny thing is that still in India, in a butcher shop, if you go, Hindus won't cut the animal. The Muslim has to come and cut the animal. In the butcher shop, if you go and see anywhere, it should be like that. I don't know how. But it's a Muslim has to come and cut the animal. And then the Hindus, then they just process the whole thing and then they give it. So any Hindu butcher shop, they employ a Muslim to just cut the animals. Because they can't cut like that anytime in the day and anytime the Hindu religion doesn't allow that.
I once lived in one temple, and they had bed bugs, and the bed bugs were eating me alive. And I complained to the temple authorities about that. And the temple authorities, with compassion, explained to me that you're being eaten in this life because you ate animals in your past life. And that gave me peace of mind. And I was happy.
It's a good way to manage temple ethics.
I wouldn't live in your temple. But yeah.
Stop here. Ganga Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Seed of our spiritual master, the way by which we can obtain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is a perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates, and by him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. May your fame be spread all over the three worlds.
we take shelter at your lotus feet. Jai.
Thank you, Janita Prabhu. Welcome to the Afterglow, dear devotees. Jagannath, Gopal, and Pritham Maharaj are here. Great. Wonderful. Would anyone like to speak? I remember how I became vegetarian. It's a funny story. We were on a hike, me and my friends, and one of them was a devotee, and he had some prasadam packaged for the hike. And he opened it, and I looked at it, and it was so simple, some bread, cheese, some buckwheat. I was like, what is this? And then he looked into my package, and there was some meat sandwich that my mom packaged for me. And then he looked at that and said, Alex, why do you need corpse in your plate? And he said it with such compassion, such sincerity that I was immediately, I had a change of heart immediately. Yeah, why do I need a corpse in my plate? True, I don't need it. It's not necessary. Hare Krishna, a little testimony for the afterglow. If anyone would like to speak, please unmute yourself.
Hi, Krishna.
Krishna Kumar. Hare Krishna.
So last night, my 18-year-old, we were in a hurry. We were going to see our good friend who's also come to the Bhakti Center, Patrick, in a play. And so I handed him Krishna's plate. I said, can you offer this? And he said, sure. And he went in the upper room and he offered it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I wonder how he's offering that, because he hadn't really
Well,
made
was
an
it?
offer.
What did you give him?
The plate of boga, the dinner,
Okay.
you know. For him to offer. So he's 18, but I haven't asked him to make an offering probably since he was like, 8. And I probably just had him chant the Maha Mantra 3 times. So anyway, I thought since he said yes, then it's prasadam. And I was really just happy that he was enthusiastic to help that way. So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, kids are simple. They come to the altar, do a few spins.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No, my kids, I have lots of little pictures of them when they were little, dressing the deities, worshiping. After we would go to Radha Govinda Mandir, we'd come home and they would really want to do Abhishek. And one time I found them in my son's room. He was probably like 7. He was the leader of the 2 younger ones. And they had this like pewter Hanuman, and they had a bowl and some yogurt, and they were giving him a bath. So yeah, they learn by imitation. So yeah, we always have to watch as parents what we're doing, for sure.
that's how I learned too, by imitation. It's a bona fide process. Thank you, Krishna Kumari. Thank you. Jagannath Gopal Prabhu, any reflections on class today?
It was very nice, very nectarine, and yeah, interesting discussion about vegetarianism also. There are some who have change of hearts like you. There are some like me who are born into vegetarianism and then take to meat and then give it back up. So yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, it's a lot of our desires, talking about imitation. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu says that we often think our desires are linear in the sense that we see something and we feel the desire or the urge to do it. But often it is not like that. Our desires are actually triangular in the sense that we see someone else do it. That invokes in us a desire to do that. So it's that's how, all this advertisement, that's how it works, right? You see a very big celebrity endorsing something, although we don't really need that thing, because we see this person and we may be looking up to that person, and that is why we feel, okay, let me try it out. It's a very subtle this thing. So of course there are many desires that are linear, but largely the way we think, that is triangular. We hold on to things that people do, that we look up to, people that we look up to do. So
No, that's profound. Somehow I missed that particular point in class. Thank you. for bringing this up. That's so cool. Yeah, they are projecting happiness, and we're all after happiness, and we don't necessarily want the object. We just want the happiness that the person is projecting. Yeah, very true. That's why association is crucial. If we see devotees who are happy in bhakti, we want that too, and we become like them gradually.
Yeah. Actually, one thing I would want to share here, sorry. Rasanath Prabhu was giving a talk once, and he to youth, and the youth, one of the students, they asked him a question that, is it true that after taking to bhakti, all our material desires go away slowly? Then Prabhuji said, yes, that is true. Our material desires go away. That is the path of spiritual life. You take to bhakti, your material desires go away. But then he said something really deep, which still is with me. What he said is, we don't really fear, we don't really hate that our material desires are going away. We know that it is a byproduct of bhakti, right? But what we hate, what we fear rather, is that if my material desires go away, I will become a nobody in the world. That is the fear. So the fear is not that my material desires will go away. In fact, that is liberating. That is liberating. But then the fear is that if I don't have these material desires, I'll be a nobody in the world. I want to be valued in the world. So yeah, it's
So
a
what's the answer to that?
answer to what?
To be nobody in the world. That's how my mom felt when I joined the movement. There's gonna be nobody.
I mean, it's if we look at devotees, that's not entirely true. Like even in the Shastras, or even like spiritual life doesn't have to come at the cost of our genuine material endeavors. We can pursue excellence in those endeavors, and at the same time pursue spiritual life. And at one point, with devotees' help, we'll gain the wisdom to dovetail the two things. We can gain the wisdom to kind of harmonize the two things. So yeah, I guess it doesn't have to come at the cost of that. Material life doesn't have to come at the cost of spiritual life. At the same time, spiritual life doesn't have to come at the cost of, you know, uh, a self-induced, uh, you know, consciousness that um, I should be nothing in the world. So
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing we need to give up is what, according to Jadvaita Maharaj, what is that one thing that needs to be given up? It's not family, not parents, not even job. It's this one thing that absolutely must be given up.
Suffering.
Suffering, yes, yes. You sounded so convinced. Be my Adipusha Prabhu. Jai. Okay, Adipusha Prabhu, I'm seeing your glowing face, your glowing head. Would you like to glorify Krishna?
How wonderful is Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, Bhima speaking next. Was that all Adipusha Prabhu? I cut you off. Yeah, that's all.
So,
Thank you. I'm picturing you as one of those hermits that you talked about yesterday. I think one of them was you. That's how you know that story. You forgot all the prayers except one. How wonderful is Krishna. Okay, Bhima Prabhu, you had something to say?
Haribol.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
I think it's a wonderful class, and the fact that this is the fear that by approaching the reservoir of all, Krishna says, "I am the reservoir of pleasure." Right? Not even of happiness, but of pleasure. He's the reservoir. We think that I hear everybody, if I give up something, or if I offer this, and we have to do this, and we are going to do this. And the trouble is sometimes we commit the gravest mistake in this idea that we are doing something and thereby pleasing Krishna with all our doing. And yeah, we have to do devotional service, but we have to always remember And of course, we do it out of duty. Maybe I remember the first 10 years of my devotional service was done out of simply trying to impress the devotees and, out of a sense of duty that what I was doing was important and stuff like that. But one thing you come to understand in time is that mystical process that you understand that you're not the doer. And that Krishna is the one who is opening the door. We may knock, but it is Krishna who opens the door. We may read and try to reason our way to Krishna, but we can become extremely lost in that endeavor. That it is Krishna who reveals from within with the torch of knowledge. These things are ineffable. It's unexplainable. We don't talk of these. We do every once in a while. Oh, look, Krishna did this in my life. So, that simple instruction to always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna, to allow Krishna to walk with us every step throughout the day. Adi Purush has a thing that a few devotees have picked up. I'm sure a lot of devotees do this, but Adi Purush has a particular method that when we're ever unsure about what we should do next, especially big projects, or even in relationships, whatever, just go to Krishna, just go pray. We tend to ritualize our prayers. We tend to ritualize our chanting of his name. It only took Draupadi one sincere call to Krishna in order to get unlimited sari and to be protected. She couldn't get protected. She could have thought, well, if I only do this, and if I do this, if I depend on my husbands, and they weren't able to help her, right? And then she tried to depend on herself. She was the doer, the one who was going to hold her sari on, and that wasn't going to help her. So finally, when she prayed about this, then Krishna came, and she prayed in utter helplessness. And so we have to also understand that Krishna, for our own good, brings us to points of utter helplessness. And then because of our association with the devotees and the practice of prayer, in utter helplessness, like a soldier in a foxhole when the bombs are dropping, we will call out that one time actually, totally, sincerely, with a pure heart. And then Krishna will give us a moment of his grace. And sometimes that's enough. It made Dhruva Maharaj search the world over, or Narada Muni. Krishna just gives a little drop, and then we can never go back. So we always have to remember, we always say, oh, when you do this and you do that and you sacrifice that and you give up your material desire, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We shouldn't worry about giving up our material desires. We should worry about learning how to desire that beautiful, beloved, intimate, right next to your heart person who is the reservoir of all pleasure and all happiness. And I just felt that was such a nice lecture that all these thoughts had come to me in response. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Bhima Kaviraj. Thank you so much. Very poetic, very profound, and devotional. Thank you. Jai. Okay, we can take one more testimony, please. Somebody who is really introverted. Please unmute yourself. Right. And let me see. Let me see. Okay. How about Ishwari Sundari? Ishwari Sundari, what's your reflection from today's class? There she is.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, I was on the other side of my house. I'm actually going to piggyback on what Bhima was saying, and I'm like, sometimes I overthink my chants, my prayers, what I have to offer to Krishna, overcomplicate things so much that sometimes I'm like, I give up and just don't do it. Like the altar and all that. And, you know, it's true. Draupadi just reached out and said, I surrender, you know, help me out. And I'm grateful for him mentioning that, because it did bring that reminder, especially today when I was just thinking about all I have to do and overcomplicating things again, and how simple it is just to reach out to Krishna in sincerity and from your heart. That's all you really need.
Thank you, Ishwar Sundari. Yeah, all the real things in life are simple. Reach out to the Lord, throw your hands up. Very simple. Anyone can do it. Hare Krishna. Okay. So with this, we are going to ask, is Prita Maharaj available to say Hare Krishna? Is he under the desk? No, not available.
Okay. Pritu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna anti. ಇಲ್ಬಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಅವ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾನು ಜಯ ಮಾಡ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
How old is Prita?
2.5.
2.5. Okay, cool. All right. Who wants to fill in for Prita? How about Sadhvi Didi? Sadhvi, please unmute yourself. Say Hare Krishna. You can do it. Sadhvi. Cool name. You have Sadhu and you have Sadhvi. Sadhu means pure, is that right, Jagannath Gopal? Sadhu?
Yeah, one of the meanings. Sadhu, pure. Sadhu means one who cuts also, cuts ignorance.
Okay, Sadhvi. Okay, Sadhvi, next time. Yogeshwari. Our own Yogeshwari. Yogeshwari doesn't skip a bit. Let's see. Oh, Sadhvi Didi. Hold on. I know Sadhvi Didi. That's, I forgot your other name, Sadhvi Didi. I know who you are. Okay, Yogeshwari, please unmute yourself. Say Scarlet. Yes, Sadhvi is Scarlet. Okay, cool. Okay, Yogeshwari, please. Last call for Yogeshwari. Okay. Okay, we're going to Min. How about Min?
Thank you so much. I wanted to express yesterday, but I couldn't. But the last couple of days, how so grateful. I'm so grateful to come here every morning, and you know, through the disciples of Prabhupada and their disciples, you know, I just feel very, very grateful, and just wanted to express how meaningful this place is. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Min. Thank you for coming every day. Thank you, dear devotees. Thank you, online people. We love you. We need you. Come again tomorrow. Say Hare Krishna with us. God initiate. Sadhvi God in. Hold on. Let me see. Scarlett says, Sadhvi Devi says, sorry, no microphone. God initiated on October 2nd by His Grace Gurudev Mahatma. Mahatma Prabhu, that's cool. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. February 10th, so just recently. Congratulations, Sadhvi Devi. Beautiful name to live up to. Hare Krishna. Take care.